Generic greetings and welcome to production line once again. In the previous episode we got our basic production line up and running. As you can see, we've got a line running from the chassis assembly all the way down to the fit electronics, quality check and then export it, which is making us some money. If we go over to this thing, we can see that our profit is it's okay, it's not a profit, but it's not actually a massive deficit, which is always good, and it fluctuates based on how many cars we're selling. Speaking of cars, you can see our basic sedan there, the budget one, sales per hour is 3, so we're selling 3 cars every hour, which is quite good. Customers per hour is 17, and I can't see what their thoughts are on it. When you have a car in the showroom, you'll get little pop-ups to say like what the thoughts are of the customer and what they think is good or wrong with the car and so forth. So what we're going to do this episode is we're going to make a couple of different models of car, or at least one. We might get to 2, it depends how it goes. We're just going to speed up to max speed here just because we're going to do some more research, and this is just making the production line a little bit more efficient, more resource importers, things like that. And what we want to do is we want to make the electro car, not a car that's electronic, that has just an electric motor in it, although I believe that is possible. If we go over to technology, I think you can go down here. You've got stop-start engine alloy wheels, hybrid powertrain, electric powertrain, and a large battery pack. So you can make an electric car. Now, what we're going to do instead is have something that has, in terms of technology, very good electronics inside it. So we'll have things like probably things like touch screen and do we need touch screen? Oh yeah, no. Anything that can be done in the upgrade slot fit electronics. That's what we're going to be researching. So in-car music, premium music, Bluetooth phone support, voice recognition, things like that, and anything else that can be fitted there. And I think you've also got like sat nav and stuff. So all of that we'll do because it's a very, very easy thing that we can add onto this. And then what we'll do is we'll make like a sedan P, which will be like the premium version, which will have all of that. Obviously the main physical components will still be the same. There'll still be there'll still be things like, you know, a solid steel body rather than aluminium or any composite or carbon fiber, but, you know, that's what we're going to do. So that's our faster overhead conveyors. We go for predictive stock control or power plant efficiency. We don't even have power plants, do we? I don't know if power plants are a basic option or not. Yeah, power plant. Yeah, you need power production there, which unlocks power plant. Don't know if that's the way to go. No, that's not. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have a look at that for now, because it's not going to take too long to research, and we should be alright there. So we are making some amount of money. A lot of our expenditure is going towards the research anyway, because these do cost money, I believe. Do they cost money over time? Hang on, we'll check on expenses. Wages, production, wages, science. Yeah, look at that. So over all time, so far, wages production has been 23,000 and science has been 17,000. And sales has been 2,000. I'm guessing the more exporters you have, then you'll get that as well. We could try and up our car. We'll say give it a 15, give it an extra 5% increase. So we're on sales premium of 15% now. By the way, I didn't really mention this in the last episode. You've got these features and you can turn them on or off. These ones you can't because these are just basic stuff. But you can turn them on or off based on what you have researched and also what's on the slots of the production line. And it also shows you their availability. So this is common and this is common. Whereas if you get things like in-car stereo, it might not be so common. So that gives you like a little premium boost to the car because nobody else has it, you see. So that's like a selling feature. People will come in and say, you're the first person to drive the car with emojis only. I'll have that car, please. By the way, if that person ever comes into a showroom, just show them the door and just say no, thank you, leave. Anyway, so we've got the accessories getting fitted here. We've got the electronics getting fitted. As you can see, it takes about 2 seconds, actually 1.42 seconds to go through because there's nothing to fit technically. So yeah, we can have a loan from the bank. Well, actually, as you can see, we are making a decent amount of money, so that's fine. We just need to wait for these cars to go off the line. We'll say new project, and now we are going to go to technologies, and then we're going to go for the entertainment, I think, because it's only 550 research points, and then we can go for in-car music and things like that. So we'll do that. So let's just have a quick look at the facilities, which is power plant. And does it have to be placed? Oh, no, it can be placed anywhere, the power plant. Should we get a couple of power plants in here just to see what it's like? How much does it cost each? 30 grand. And you've just placed down a power facility. The tutorial reset, by the way, when I fired the game up. So offset your electricity bill and should be cheaper than buying in power from utility. Automatically import and pay for power at the usual cost, but any power you generate cannot be sold. Ah, okay, so if we make too much power, we can't sell it. Oh, look at that. We've got some arcing and sparking from the transformers, which I must confess, I'd have a guard around it or something, or just a sign. There's not even those lightning bolt signs that say don't lick it or anything. Okay. The problem is that this thing only produces a small amount of power. Alright, okay. Well, I'll put 3 down, and we're generating a bit of power. I'm guessing, yeah, once we get some more research, we can give that some upgrades. Anyway, we'll choose next thing, and we're going to go with in-car music. So that'll be the first thing that we get, because that's what you want, if you're driving along. You don't want electric seats, you don't want electric windows, you don't want a heater, you're fine with your toes being frostbitten or anything and freezing off, that's fine. You don't want anything like that. What you want is banging tunes, to comfort the horror of your existence and the terrible car that you've got because it's a teal-coloured car. I mean, I'm not judging people who drive that coloured car. I mean, I actually think that's quite a nice colour. I just don't think I'd want it as a car. Nor would I like the yellow. I mean, that's not a bad car. By the way, today's beverage is a nice cup of tea. But yeah, it's just, with a yellow car? Reminds me of the bright yellow Range Rover from Layer Cake. Oh yes, very inconspicuous. And why they're all coming out yellow? Have I changed the colour? I might have changed the colour. By the way, you can see the changing colour in here. That's like the undercoat going on. I might have changed the colour in the sedan thing. Hang on. Shall I? I'm going to check in a moment. Yeah, I've changed it to yellow, haven't I? Cars. No, it's still orange. Should we have... Oh, you need different achievements. Oh, you need different achievements to get different coloured cars. Alright, okay, that's pretty cool. I'm going to go with a berry red. There you go. Oh no, you can turn them all on and off. Ah, right. Okay, that's what I'd done. So it was just random. Okay, fine. So we'll actually get some different coloured cars now, hopefully. There you go. Look, rival companies have researched in-car music. The technology is now more common than before. We're going to say in-car music. I'm not going to upgrade that because I want to show you how you do that. We'll say choose next project, and we'll go for, I think, it would be nice to get... So there's the problem, look. Electric windows, we don't have that, but you can see that other competitors are now using it. So budget is very rare, mid-range is very rare, expensive very rare, and luxury very rare. I hope in the future, later on during the game's development, and cruise control as well. Look at that. Anyway, I hope in the future there'll be like a timeline implemented. I don't know if it's in at the moment. I don't think so. But it would be nice to see like a timeline thing implemented where you have like historically sort of accurate timelines where things will come in around about the same period as they did in real life. So obviously you're not going to get electric powertrains in large battery packs in like the 60s. Although there was electric cars in the 60s. I believe there's electric cars in the very, very early period as well, like much before then. But I mean, not, there was like 20 of them made or something. They weren't like commonplace, but hey ho. So what we'll do, we'll go for, I think, Bluetooth phone support. We'll just research all of these. Now, as you can see, it allows me to upgrade all the slots, but if you don't use that button, what you can do is you can just go to the area and then you see upgrades and then you buy it. And buy all button there as well. So I've just purchased an upgrade. Yeah, I've purchased that. Yes, fine. But what we need to do now is we need to add it to the car. So if I go to the car models, you can see we now have the option to add in-car music. It shows us the market value, the current price, the premium, which is based on the rarity of it, and how much we're going to get in total, and whether it's not it's included. So this is the Sedan B. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create similar model, which is currently unnamed design. We're going to call it the Sedan B+, right? Essentially, it's the basic model, but with just a couple of additional features to make it a little bit more palatable, a little bit more comfortable. So we're going to add the in-car music. There we go. So that's now included. Obviously, it will increase the price. You can see the price has gone up by 800 and a bit. And we even get the aerial on the top, so it changes the look of the car. And we will obviously increase the premium that we're putting on it anyway, because we can. And there we go. So that is technically on somewhere. This is the way it works. It's a little bit convoluted, but sort of makes sense once you understand it. So we have not only upgraded our electronics area here to be able to fit the in-car music, we've also made a model that can have it as well. Why is that? Have I turned all of the colours off? I don't know which one it is actually. Maybe that's all on now, because that one was... I'm guessing that's all on. Yeah, I'm guessing that's you say you don't want that one. Don't know, the tooltip popped up and I went, and I dismissed it by accident. Anyway, so this is the car, the Sedan B+. So, it means that we've designed it, we've selected everything in it, we've set our sales premium, and technically this line can make it. But it doesn't mean it will, because you have to set it from the beginning. So if you go over to the chassis assembly area, you can change the schedule. So our current schedule is, we'll build a Sedan B, one of them, and then we'll go to the next one. There isn't a next one, so we'll just build another Sedan B, and it'll just do that. So in this case, it's just looping build one, build one, build one, build one. However, you can do it, so you'll say something like, build a Sedan B+, add the entry. So it's going to build one Sedan B, then it's going to build a B+, then a Sedan B, then B+. I can change it so it says, build 5 in a row, in this case 51 in a row, but you build 5 in a row, then 5, then 5, then 5, and that's good for load balancing. If you say block the thing up by adding loads of extra stuff, you might want to alternate. I'm just going to say build one then another one, so we'll alternate between the basic model and the B+ model. So that's what we're going to go. So that's fine. So it's going to build it on here. It'll come along, and if you didn't have that thing upgraded, it'll get stuck and go, can't build that. Sorry. So you have to be very careful. So just be careful on that one. Okay, so in terms of cash, you can see profit's good, 22 grand. Not fantastic, but it's okay. Still got yellow cars coming out, but we've also got some red and orange and things like that coming out as well, which is good. It looks like rival companies have researched sunroof. This is a problem because I have... I'm not really keeping up, but I don't think there is a way to keep up. I don't think you can fully be ahead of the curve. See, I like the idea of being able to play the game in multiple ways, whether it be being a guy that mass produces lots of cheap cars, a one that does very premium cars, and you can do all of this, but I like this sort of technology thing where, because the technology is just you pick one and you unlock it. Also, this is one of the problems, it doesn't simulate, I believe, anywhere, at least it doesn't seem to, the difficulty in putting something in. The sunroof, for example, requires body specialization, and for that you need environmental features, and because that you need body specialization there, and then that means you have to then build another production line because body specialization is part of fit body, and then you have to break that down. So basically there's a lot of stuff to add in there, whereas for example electronics, it's literally an upgrade, and I don't think it simulates the two. So it doesn't simulate the effort required to put in the first one, or at least it doesn't seem to. Maybe it does, I don't know. But it would be nice to see little bit more expansive one here. Like, for example, if you're researching in like the 70s, things like lane departure warning systems, you should be able to do it, but there'll be like a massive premium on it. So like, for example, it'll cost you like 10 times the research points to get it because it's so far ahead of what the baseline is. And it means you can make like really expensive luxury models with all this great technology that other people don't have in the future. That would be cool. Anyway, so how are our models coming along? This is, let's just click on the car. That is the Sedan B. Sedan B. Sedan B. I'm guessing the first Sedan B pluses will just be rolling off the line, or about midway across the line now. B, 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 B plus. There's our first Sedan B plus. So we've still got a backlog around this painting area. You can see our upgrades here. We haven't got predictive stock controls on there. We haven't got any options for increasing the blow drying options, because at the moment you can see the robots. We've got 3 of the robots on there. I've got a maximum of 4, but this one we can't. So what we're probably going to do is do. We've got a problem here. We've got a couple of cars sitting in the showroom. Oh no, they are still selling. That's fine. So rival companies have researched air conditioning, so it's a little bit cheaper now. So you can see a lot of the stuff that's being researched by other people. So they've got unlocks slot fit dashboard. Okay. See, we haven't even got any of these processes unlocked, so we might have to go ahead and do that. What I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to go down and say Facilities Research Office. Double the research. Double the research. I think it'll be worth it in the long run. So where's our B plus model? There's a B plus. It's getting painted now. And then it'll go out. By the time that comes to this point, though, we should have another piece of technology. We should have the Bluetooth phone support. And we will activate that straight away. And we'll activate it before it gets there, so it should still work. Should. Upgrade all of the existing sites. Choose next research project. It will be... I would like... sat-nav. So I'm going to go for convenience features and sat-nav. So I'm going to immediately go over to the car models. B+, I'm going to include Bluetooth phone support. Phone support? Oh yes, very much so, yes. Phone support. So which is very rare. Nice premium there. Just under 20 grand for that model. So, things are moving along. Going in. Let's follow the B+. In fact, we'll check what's in here. Chips, aerials, speakers. I'm guessing the chip is just Bluetooth phone support. There's the convenience features. We're going to choose a sat-nav. So there's a B+. Didn't take long to do that, did it? So that's fine. And that is now out the door. There's the B, and there's the B+. Look at that. So looking at it, they're saying wrong body style, not enough features. Oh, straight away gone. Like that. Straight away. By the way, this here, this represents, in green, I believe, is what you have. I think green is extras that you have that other people don't, and red is something that you don't have that you should have, or something like that. Something like that. Anyway, so that car is selling like hotcakes. So I think what we'll do... The question is, do we really want to start building just the B+ model? Because quite honestly, I think we're making more profit on that. I think from now on, we're going to change this schedule. So the sedan B, we're going to not make anymore. We're just going to make the B+ model. I don't think there's any point in making the very basic model. We'll just sell the B+. There's enough B models out there. So we'll just have the B+. Because it's selling quite well. Excellent. Okay, so sat-nav is almost there. Once we've got the sat-nav, we will include that. And then we might go ahead and go for a first tier solution. So if you look down here, things like chassis assembly, it's broken down into 3 things. And the ones after that, let me just upgrade the fit electronics there. We'll choose next project of... let's see what we've got here. Folding mirrors is unlocks. Slotted fit wing mirrors, no. Voice recognition, premium music. I'm just checking. Keyless entry is not electronic. I'm just seeing where the electronics bits are, you see. And none of the... There's very... little things that are... Yeah, very few things that are electronic. So... Voice recognition or premium music? Voice recognition, I believe. There we go. So, I will alter that model. Hang on. The B+. Include that in there. Job done. Right. So, yes, so the first tier solution. So, chassis assembly is broken down into fit axles, undercarriage, fuel tank. Body, you can see, is body frame, roof, doors. So if we do a first tier solution, which is instead of just doing the chassis, then the body, and then that's it, we'll do axles, undercarriage, fuel tank, body frame, roof, doors. And it means that you can start fitting things like, well, for example, if we say door specialization, electric windows, you can put electric windows in it. Things like panoramic sunroof, it need to be the fit roof, which will be underneath there. So we'll research these in a moment, once we've done probably this voice recognition. I don't think we're going to go for premium music just yet. We'll do voice recognition first and then do the other stuff, and then we'll build another line. Obviously, the main thing is get to this paint. So paint, undercoat, finish, dry finish, and then polish as well. So, no, that gives us a little bit more on top of it. However, we're also going to have to go around and figure out a baseline time. So what is the max amount of time do we want a car sat at any one station? This is not very well balanced. As you can see, there's the backlog is the paint. That's the bottleneck. That's where the bottleneck is. It's at the paint station. So the longest station, the longest part in this thing, this entire chain, is the paint work at 34 minutes to do it. And then obviously it goes on from here. So that's the bottleneck. There's always going to be a bottleneck. You're never going to have something that's like, you're never going to have a thing that's exactly everything's on, say, 30 seconds or something. It's possible to get somewhere near, but I don't think you're ever going to get it bang on. So what we'll do is we'll set a baseline out. We'll say at each station, at each individual area, we're never going to be more than 20 seconds. Something like that. And that means that we're getting a car out the door every 20 seconds, or 20. It's actually based in minutes, but that's the idea. And obviously robots that we add on top of that will help that as well. So that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. There's new loans available from the bank, and that's going to be good because I think we do need a loan for what we're going to make here. So, for example, we've got this loan here, which is loan total is $1 million. This one is $500,000. Let me upgrade all existing slots to fit electronics, and this one is fairly crap. So probably say that's a 10% interest rate though. In terms of research, I'm just going to go to processes and just start researching all of these processes down the bottom. Actually, I don't need that one. Let me research this one. We don't need accessories. Oh no, we do need accessory specialization because it says fit lights. And then you get manufacturing. And manufacturing is a whole different level because if you manufacture stuff on site, you get a nice bonus to it. Anyway, so we'll go over to the sedan and B+, and obviously we are going to put voice recognition on there. So now you can see the car's up to 21,595 generic units of currency. We could archive the older basic model, but I want to keep it in circulation, or at least keep it there for now. And there's no reason why we would want to get rid of it. You know, it's the only reason you want to archive the thing is if you've got if it's just like cramped, which it just isn't. So Bluetooth phone support, in-car music, sat-nav voice recognition. That's not bad actually. I don't think. I think that's okay for one bit there. So research complete, accessory specialization. You can see all of the options there. So choose next project, body specialization. Like I said, tier 1, straight down the list. But you can see it breaks down into the second tier. So you've got body specialization that breaks down into body frame specialization, which then goes up to bumper specialization. So we're not going to be doing those. So there still will be things that we can't fit. And this is where, like I say, there's always been a couple of issues in the past. So you'll have things like the cruise control is in wheel specialization and in fit brakes. Now, is that in this bit here? It'll be in wheel specialization. Fit wheels. I don't know if it'll be in there. Wheels, brakes. No, I think it'll be in there. So that's a second tier one, which the opponent simulation doesn't account for, I don't think. Anyway, I think we will probably leave it there. Doing all right. There's fit doors, roofs, body frame. We'll select next one, which will be the chassis. And then engine, and then paint. Yeah, actually we'll probably research that before we knock it on the head, because we might as well. Money's going up okay. New loan available from the bank, which is... that's okay. $500,000, 7%. Still... Oh, that one's horrible. Look at that one. That's terrible. You see this is researching very quickly. We do have a lot of research... areas here. I believe... Oh, you can't upgrade them, no. I thought there was an upgrade you could give them. There is an upgrade you can give this export thing, though, which is computerized sales, which it sells things quicker, but uses power. So we've got fit powertrain, radiator exhaust, wheel assembly, and steering assembly. But I don't think it has the other stuff. Like, we could go for tier 2 right now. It'll be 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6 things we'd need for the tier 2. But then these things are 750 rather than 400, so they're almost double research time. And I'd rather get a mid-tier car than go straight for the advanced one. Yeah, I think that's the call. I think that's the call. Maybe. No, make a decision and stick with it. We're going to go with the mid-tier car, so we'll go with the tier 1. That's the way to go. Choose next project. Well, actually, I say tier 1. We're not going to just do that. We're going to actually cheat a little bit because I've got paint specialization. I'm going to research high pressure nozzles as well as polished paint work, because quite honestly, I think the polished paintwork thing is just one extra slot and it gives you a nice little boost, even though it's quite expensive to research. But that should be all of the first tier. So accessories, body, chassis, engine, paint specialization. Yeah, it looks about right. So we'll research this polished paintwork, and we'll add that in the build. So next episode, we'll do the tier 1. So we'll probably start around here or here, something like that. And then we'll bring resources in, we'll do all the building, things like that. And just generally progress on. So, as always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.